Good Monday morning, everyone. So, obviously, our markets are closed today, but I just wanted to kind of do the weekend update here. Excuse me. Let's see here. First thing, let's look at our recent results. Oh, hold on here. This is all trades. I need to narrow this to class trades closed since 12/1. So class trades closed since 12/1. So this is our run of class trades. Um, Nothing, nothing to complain about there. So you can see we closed out this one here last week, actually week before. And if we take a look at the equity curve of those trades, that's our equity curve of the closed trades. So again, this is unusual that we don't have a loss in here. It will come. just know that. But we got to keep them manageable. So that's kind of what we've done to date. Now let's take a look at our open positions. Now these are not going to populate. They're going to give us an image like this, but we can go in and take a look and basically pull the latest or the last data as of Friday. So, and keep in mind these are going to be a little bit off because our market isn't open, and the bids oftentimes get pulled a little bit going into the close of the market. So I suspect none of these are going to be quite as high or quite as low as what they're showing here right now. But this particular position, this has been open our longest. And what we're expecting here is really just to have the market kind of stay maybe around where it is, maybe lift a little bit, and we'll just get a little bit of decay on this over the next week or two. That's kind of our objective here. I say week or two, actually, these only have a week left in them. So this is going to decay rather rapidly. And what we can do as it starts to decay, we can strip out some of these strikes and maybe raise this side a little bit to take off some of that risk. If we have an up day, that's a likely thing we might do. We could also just potentially close the whole thing out here fairly soon. So that is that particular trade that expires 2/24/23. And then our next class trade here. So this was a calendar that we recently opened. So this calendar is up slightly. So not a big deal on this one at this point. And if the market continues down, we'll need to adjust this. I know we haven't had the calendar class yet, so I'll be walking you through some possible adjustments. But I'd urge you to either trade these in paper or trade them small until you get the feel for them. So it is nice that you have a max risk in this trade of essentially what you paid for it, which in this case I think was about $1,300. Yeah, right there for the 5 lot. So if you did 1 lot, of course, that's dramatically less. So that's our calendar trade. What we're looking for there is the market to kind of stabilize or possibly rebound a little bit, and then have some decay come in. And the decay comes into these pretty fast as you get a little later in the trade. That's one of the things I do like about them. So that is our second open trade right now. And then our third open trade right here is a newer butterfly that we opened. And remember, we opened this one when the market was up here in the 41.50 or so range with the anticipation or expectation that we were kind of bumping our heads on this 41.50 area, and that we might have a pullback, and that getting a pullback would be favorable for this butterfly. Now, this is showing that we're up $400. I doubt that's the case at this point. We're going to be up in this trade a little bit, but again, I think this one's probably a little overinflated just because our markets are closed and the bid-ask spreads widen out at that time. So those are our current 3 open trades. And then let's just take a quick look at our chart of the SPX as well. So as previously mentioned, while we have been making lower highs and lower lows, we have at least on a small scale broken that trend. We had a higher low here, and we had a higher high. It wasn't a dramatically higher high, so we'll have to see how this plays out. You can see here we had some really strong up volume. So the volume was pretty good on these up days, which indicates some strong buying as we were breaking out here a little bit. That buying, the volume has largely tailed off right now. So that's a little bit of a weakness indication. So it would not surprise me at all if the market maybe continued to drop, possibly down into this, 3,900 range, maybe stabilized a little here, built up some support, and then were to, rally back up, possibly making a new high. It also is not out of the question that we would just, rally a little bit from here, because this was a nice pullback day. We had a big down day, and then we rallied back to close at the highs of the day. So that's showing a little bit of strength. And we can also see that our volume here was a little higher than the previous couple days. So it's not out of the question that we could rally right back through this. And if we rally through this, we will probably get a little bit of stalling and maybe some sideways action in this 4,250 to 4,300 range. So those are the couple things that I would expect at this point. So anything we do, we need to kind of play on a range of maybe the 4,250 to the 3,900 range. So if we were to open up a new trade, we'd look at something that's going to handle that general type of range fairly well. The current positions we have on largely will do that for us. So that is where we are at this point. I guess I should also say the only thing we might do on this trade is it's not inconceivable that if our market stays here or we even get a little further pullback into this 4,000 range, we may do one of two things. We may pick up this whole tent because we're fairly early into this trade and move this tent down. We've only been in this trade 5 days at this point. So that is, when you're early in a butterfly, that is one of the times that you can reposition your entire tent, and you can probably do that for a profit. So that may be something we'll look at doing on this trade. The other thing we could potentially do is we could just layer on a broken wing fly over the top of this, assuming our opinion is that the market doesn't have significant additional downside. We could layer on that broken wing and basically flatten our T0 here a little bit. So that might be another possibility we could consider on this trade. So we'll be looking at those things probably on Tuesday, Wednesday, just kind of see what the market does, and then we can make a decision on that. So that's kind of where we're at here for the weekend. Everything still seems to be rocking along. Final little heads up. In the next week, I am expecting to send out a special offer to all the people that have been with me at Arrowmere to come join the alert service over at sjgtrades.com. There will be a special offer that's going to include some special things for you at a discount. And one of the things I'm going to do over there is I have reworked the butterfly class, the detailed deep dive butterfly class. And at one point, I was just going to record that class and then just drop it on there. But I decided I really want to do this with some students when I record, because not only does it give you a chance to ask me questions in that process, but it also helps me, because if you guys have some questions, most likely other people will as well. And the best people for me to have in there is you guys. So that's what I'd like to do, is send out that invitation. So do be looking for an email from Steve at sjgtrades.com. Again, that will likely come sometime maybe later this week. And I'm going to take the first 50 people that sign up for that, and we'll basically have them have a free pass to the live recordings of the butterfly classes. And I'm going to do that like I did it previously, where it will probably be 5 separate sessions. Probably do them, I don't know the exact day. I think last time we did them Sunday afternoons, 5 consecutive Sundays, and that seemed to work fairly well. So that will probably be the general game plan. We'll start recording maybe in probably early March, mid-March, so coming up here fairly soon. So it will be the first 50 people that sign up for that special offer that will be able to be involved in the live recordings of those classes, along with some other special things I'll be including for you. So again, look for that email, and if anyone has any questions, of course, feel free to email me. Right now, best email is probably going to be steve at sjgtrades.com. And I am also, of course, still monitoring the ArrowMirror. And again, I want to stress I have no complaints whatsoever with ArrowMirror and Tom. They've been great, great people. I do plan on continuing to be involved in the ArrowMirror group. I just need to move my classes and what I'm doing to a platform that I have direct control over for customer service reasons and things like that. So, anyhow, that's it for now. And we'll see you all here later this week. Take care.